Hi, and thanks for tuning into the Inside Outdoor podcast. This is Gerald Baldino here, and I'm one of the editors at Inside Outdoor. Today, we're very excited to feature Karel Williams, who is Director of Global Portfolio Business at DuPont. Karel's been with Dow, now DuPont, for over 20 years. Over the last decade, Karel has served as Global Marketing Communications Director for Silvador Antimicrobial Technology, and most recently, he served as creator and founder of the Intellifresh odor prevention ingredient brand platform. Karel, welcome to the program. It's great to have you with us today.
Hi, Gerald. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here with you and your audience.
Karel, it's great to have you here. I understand that you're doing some pretty exciting research over at DuPont. Wondering if you could walk us through that.
Yeah, no problem. I think the approach that we've taken is one where we want to be relevant and meaningful to consumers globally. So what we've decided to do is to conduct a global consumer research study, specifically looking at the profile and the problem of odors that can occur in fabrics. We understand that this could potentially be a common problem, and what we're finding out is that indeed it is a common, persistent problem for consumers globally. So, we are looking at doing a survey among over 5,000 consumers from around the world, ranging in ages from 18 to 70 years of age, who are qualified by their a purchase of apparel or home textile products at least within the previous 12 months of the survey being taken. And we're looking at it across 19 different apparel categories and possibly six home textile categories. So it's a very in-depth study. We're spanning across five countries: US, France, Germany, India, China, and Japan. And we're looking to inquire and to better understand those consumers' laundry habits, perceptions, and behaviors, awareness and purchase interest in products that address odor prevention, odor remediation, as well as an understanding of the antimicrobial technology platforms that can provide these odor protection or odor prevention features and other potential hygiene features in textile products. Our primary driver is to really understand that consumer interest to support our Intellifresh lifestyle ingredient promise, so that when consumers interface with this brand, they have a better understanding of what they're getting, but that we also have a better understanding of what consumers want when we develop products to support this brand promise. The research is primarily our foundation of knowledge that supports the Intellifresh value proposition and messaging for the products that will carry this label.
Karel, why is Intellifresh odor prevention important for our outdoor buyer audience?
Well, for the outdoor category, it is very common for these products to experience longer wear patterns or use by consumers. Consumers often sweat in them, which sweat is a major odor identified for consumers. And so when you look at the category of products here, whether it's active wear, running wear, hiking, camping, all of these type of products, many of them do build up odor profiles in them that make them unbearable over time, or simply shorten their useful lifespan because the odor buildup in the fabric becomes so strong to where the consumers must get rid of them ahead of their useful life. And so, for your audience, I would imagine that looking at odor fighting solutions are of primary interest, rather from the footwear to the jacket to the base layer. And in fact, we found out from the research that the outdoor retail consumer or the outdoor apparel consumer is five times more likely to desire a specific odor control or odor prevention promise in the products they purchase. And so, if you combine that with the broader context, over 60% of consumers indicate to us that their current odor eliminating solutions are not effective. So, I think this is a great opportunity for your consumers or for the audience within your category to really know that there are some real solutions being developed and solutions that actually work. And so I think being on the forefront of what innovations are being developed and how they can support a better hygienic lifestyle, I think would be of top interest for your audience.
Karel, one thing that comes to mind here is that there's a sustainability play. When you create garments that last longer, consumers have to buy less products. reducing in less garments that might wind up in a landfill?
So there's several components to the sustainability aspect. I think one of the key features of the Intellifresh brand promise is that you have this durable upkeep component. And what that basically means for the sustainability conscious is that you have less laundering, right? And it's not that laundering is bad. You just have more effective laundering as a result of the technology innovation. This would allow the garment to have less odor causing bacteria within it, which means that it can be worn more often and more frequently in between launderings. And most consumers will probably launder less. Why? Because most consumers give their goods the sight test before laundering and then the sniff test before laundering. And for most of us, the sight test is easy. We look for stains. The second thing we do is we give it the sniff test. And as you know, especially if you're in the guy world of things, if it passes a sniff test, it goes back to the closet, not to the hamper.
Yep.
So when you think about sustainability, you think about colder wash temperatures. Well, as a result of this type of innovation, wash temperatures can be colder because the fabric is protected. You don't need harsh, warm temperatures or hot water that both impacts the fabric quality as well as the dye package. In addition, you get to wear it longer. Secondly, there's less laundering in general, so there's less water consumption and usage for the same article of one that's treated versus one that isn't treated. And then also having an actual innovation that in and of itself offers sustainable chemistry. So this chemistry is designed to last the life of the garment, offering that freshness protection for the most meaningful wear life of many of the garments that consumers will buy. 25 to 50 launderings, depending upon the type of good you purchase. The technology can provide that protection through at least 50 home launderings.
Mhm. Now, tell us a little bit more about Intellifresh. How does it work, and what value does it add to outdoor apparel products?
Well, Intellifresh, the ingredient brand is really based on the idea of odor protection or odor prevention within a certain article or garment. Um, it is empowered by technology currently innovated by DuPont called the Silver Door antimicrobial technology. And it is an antimicrobial technology that prevents the buildup of odor causing bacteria on a fabric surface. Essentially, when the silver door is present on the fabric on the fabric surface, the odor-causing bacteria are minimized or reduced from forming a somewhat nature is what we call biofilm or buildup of odor over time within that fabric material, thus keeping the fabric freer longer. That's basically how the technology works. I think the value there for many of the consumers in your audience is the fact that the nature of that technology outsmarts odors before they can even start. It has three modes of actions, right? It can eliminate the bacteria, it can absorb many of the odors that are present. And it can reduce the food source by which the bacteria could replicate once it's on the surface of the fabric, such from sweat, the enzymes that are within sweat or dead skin cells. It's flexible in terms of its use once it's incorporated into the fabric backbone. So as a result, you've got kind of the smart control or the smart odor control feature, which results in effortless upkeep, which means obviously the more uses between launderings, fewer launderings in general, you got better quality fabrics. The fabrics are protected longer, and you're preserving the planet in a way that consumes less water and energy as a result of maintaining that freshness feature. While at the same time, I think for most consumers want to be sure that it's not going to cause any harm to themselves or to the environment. And our product has been tested to the utmost standards for being non-sensitizing, non-irritating, and meeting some of the highest sustainability standards that exist in the industry today, such as OEKO-TEX, Blue Sign, ZDHC, all of which the technology is compliant, one of few in the industry. Those are very difficult to achieve, and we believe that our scientists have done a great job with this innovation. So hopefully those are all aspects of what the technology provides and why it's of value. And I think on the front end, not to be overlooked, because we typically do when we think about innovation. But on the front end, remember, this is something that consumers are looking for. When 60% of consumers who buy products in this category say, hey, we got an odor problem, and what we're doing to try to eliminate those odor problems are not working today, it is this type of innovation and science that makes it meaningful and relevant for the goods they design, manufacture, or produce. And so, on average in this category, our data has shown that the folks are doing laundry about 16 times a month. Imagine if you can cut that down by a quarter or even 10%, right? As a result of being able to more intelligently manage the odor problem that can build up in a fabric because of wear. We like to wear our favorite things. And so, how do we allow our favorite things to last longer, but also maintain that same quality that they do from day one that we purchased it? So, that's the idea. And I'm hoping that many of your producers and or audiences that produce for consumers will find value in the odor elimination and the odor prevention promise, as it still remains a top sought after feature by consumers. Last but not least to the value prop is that the data did reveal that consumers are not only extremely interested, but they're willing to pay as much as 30% more for the same good that comes with the Intellifresh promise of odor prevention and odor protection over a reasonable life for the good. So for those that are looking for differentiation, a brand that has value and meaningful differentiation, but also a brand that wants to impact actual experience matched with promise, Intellifresh is that brand. And we're excited about the opportunities that are emerging from the industry, and we're excited to grow with the industry.
Karel, for those who make products that would be interested in getting access to the Intellifresh brand or label, how would they do that?
For many of the brands and retailers that really would like to get started immediately, I would like to emphasize another aspect of the value proposition for them, and that is we do provide a package support kit that consists of both marketing and quality assurance related components. The quality assurance component is that we have a process that qualifies the producers. We evaluate and test the fabrics for performance to ensure that they measure up. And then we issue certificates of compliance for that particular production lot. And so for each lot of product that's produced, it goes through an evaluation to ensure that the proper treatment is there and that the performance protocol related to that treatment is maintained. We want to make sure that consumers get what they're paying for. In addition, for those brands and retailers, as a result of both the brand program and the quality assurance program, we provide a comprehensive marketing support toolkit that helps them communicate with consumers about the brand promise and the presence of the brand. So whether that's merchandising, hang tags, stickers, in-store signage, website support, social media support, we're here to support the brands who want to take this feature to their consumers and do so in a consistent, meaningful way that's based on the research, both of what's most interesting to the consumer and the messaging that matters to the consumers. And so we have pre-designed kits that come with our brand partners in this category. And so I do encourage any of those that are interested to contact myself via the website. I'm easily reachable. In addition, if you go into several of the major retailers, do look for the Intellifresh label and brand of common retailers such as Walmart, JCPenney's, Kohl's, Dick's, Bed Bath & Beyond, Amazon.com. Many of them are featuring products that contain the Intellifresh label, and many of them are growing the categories of products that are utilizing the Intellifresh brand and promise. And so with that, I'm looking forward to be of support to your customers and all of those who have an interest in becoming customers. So thank you for the opportunity, Gerald and team.
Karel, thank you very much for the overview. Love what you're doing with Intellifresh, odor prevention. How can we learn more information?
Well, obviously, we have a consumer design site at intellifresh.com. pretty straightforward. If you go to that website, you'll get more information. You can always also go to our silvador.com site. We also have a social media presence. We have Twitter account, we have Instagram, and we have Facebook, where we constantly update our brand partners. We send out relevant messages. We may release factoids similar to what we've published in your upcoming magazine or in your current magazine cover, with things we learn. So it can be very insightful for industry partners as well as the consumers of your partners as well. So looking forward to hearing from you or supporting more of your audience, as beneficial as it can be or as needed.
Fantastic, fantastic. So plenty of opportunities to learn and connect with the brand. Karel, thanks again for your time. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, thank you.
Take care.